Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. This is actually the first video I'm making in my new apartment. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because I'm not sure what qualifies as too loud here. So I'm kind of playing it safe. So, yeah. Anywho, today we're going to be talking about Cabrini. So as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So let's get into it. Pros. Reviews for this are quite good. Last I checked, yes. It has a 89% critic score, 97% audience score. How am I going to call that bad? Like, come on. Cinema score, I don't know. It has not popped up yet. I imagine it's like an A minus at least. So it seems like word of mouth overall is very good for this movie. So I'm gonna label that as a pro, obviously. So that's pro number one. Pro number two, well, I guess this is from Angel Studios. The studio behind Sound of Freedom last year. The movie that kind of came out of thin air and shocked everyone with its performance. So there's that. They made some other movies that have done like okay for their niche status. And I mean, so the track record isn't bad, but there's that danger that they might end up being like I don't know, one hit wonder type studio. And that's not ideal. So I would consider Angel Studios to be a minor pro, not a strong pro, minor pro. So that's pro number two. Pro number three. I mean, when it comes to direct competition, there really isn't anything. I mean, there's Ordinary Angels, but that movie's like 2 weeks old. What's about to enter its third weekend? There's really nothing else. I mean, Imaginary, no. Kung Fu Panda 4, no. Dune, no. So there's no real direct competition for this. So I'm going to label that as a pro, lack of direct competition. Another pro is the fact that this is opening on International Women's Day, considering the subject of this movie. It's the perfect release date. I mean, literally, this is coming International Women's Day, so they know what they're doing. Like, there hasn't been we haven't had too many movies open on International Women's Day. I think the only one that has really was Captain Marvel back in 2019, which did very well. As long as we don't talk about, the sequel, what happened to that. But yeah, I say the release date for this is a pro, so I'm going to label that up as a pro. And when it comes to this Thursday previews, I'm not labeling that as a pro or a con. I mean, $500K for a movie like this, that's not the worst. It's not like I'm expecting like 10 million or something. But for what it is, like whatever. So, yeah. So, but actual cons, I think the biggest con for this movie is that it has the danger of falling through the cracks. Because it definitely has the least amount of publicity of the three movies coming out this weekend. And obviously, this weekend is going to be dominated by Kung Fu Panda 4 and Dune Part 2. And those are pretty much the only two movies people are going to watch. Maybe they'll watch Imaginary and be severely disappointed by it. But yeah, so dealing with like big movies like Kung Fu Panda 4 and Dune Part 2, that I'm labeling that as a con. I guess there's lack of advertising, but this is kind of more of a grassroots type advertising, not traditional advertising. But it still wouldn't hurt to have some YouTube ads or something. So I'll label that as a con. And I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, who's even in this cast? I don't even know. no one. Well, I guess there's John Lithgow, but it's like must be like a very like supporting player. So no one real. Who was this Alejandro Monteverdi? Who was the oh the director of Sound of Freedom? Okay. I mean, I guess that's good, but doesn't mean it's gonna make big money. It's no guarantee. Yeah, I think that's really it. So opening weekend, I've been seeing early numbers saying it'll hit like 9 million, which it could. I don't know. I'll go with 8 to 10 million. So within that range, 8 to 10 million opening weekend, and a total of 20-30 mil. I think that's good, and that's what I'm gonna stick with. Okay, so we got two more movies this weekend. We got Imaginary and the big one, Kung Fu Panda 4. I have a lot to talk about regarding that, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Check out more videos like this. I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, or any of the. If you want to watch any of those, any of the any of the ones I've done the past few years, want to watch any of them, go right ahead. There's the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I'll cover Cabrini once. Yes, once. That was episode 205. Talked about it alongside Dumb Money, What Happens Later, and Ordinary Angels. And yeah, that's the only time I talked about it. I've made 236. 36, right? Yes. 236 episodes. I know Maxine got a date for July, but I decided to just wait till something bigger happened and then make that video. So like the Maxine like news is gonna be on hold. But I've now made 200. I've made 236 episodes. So if you want to watch any of them from beginning to now, you want to binge them all from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that. So go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for a particular month. I just did my February recap a couple days ago, and my March recap won't be till between the 5th and the 12th of April. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.